1470 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 5 minutes after 11 o'clock. Beautiful Thursday. I hope you are doing well. We are making so many strides in this world. We're making strides in health and in medicine, and yet we haven't yet conquered cancer. There are so many doctors and scientists working, though, to that end, to try to one day get to the point where I have this happiest news ever to say, guess what? We have a headline this morning that says cancer has been cured. Until that time, though, we have to pay attention to what we need to do if there's been a diagnosis, and there's so many different types of cancer. Dr. Sharyn N Lewin is on the phone. She is a board-certified gynecologic oncologist and the medical director in the Department of Gynecological Oncology at Holy Name Medical Center. She's talking to us about the prevalence of ovarian cancer, the common signs and symptoms, the different forms of the disease, and treatment options for those who have been diagnosed. And that's where we are at this point. One day we'll have that announcement. There is no more cancer, but till then, the treatment options is probably the best thing we can do. And gosh, you hear wonderful stories almost every day about somebody who has been able to say, I'm cancer-free.
Yes. Dr.
Lewin, you are one of the people who makes that happy news happen. Thank you for being on the air with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Where are you? Where is the medical center that you're with?
We're actually in Teaneck, New Jersey, which is about 6 miles out of New York City.
Really? Which direction? Are you north of the city?
We are right over the George Washington Bridge, so very easy access.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I grew up on Long Island. I don't recognize the name. Teaneck? Is what it's called? Teaneck?
Teaneck.
Teaneck.
Oh,
yes,
Teaneck. Oh, I know Teaneck. Okay, now I'm sorry. Now I know what you mean. I just misunderstood you. Well, thank you for being on. I know. It's me.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being on the air with us today, and thank you for what you're doing. I'm guessing on a daily basis you deal with people who have been frightened with the diagnosis, and then on the same day you probably have somebody who you can say, guess what, you're cancer-free. Am I right?
It's so true, and it is really wonderful to say you're cancer-free.
Are you able to tell?
Very powerful.
Are you able to tell at the beginning of a diagnosis that somebody is likely to be cancer-free eventually?
Definitely we are. It depends on the type of cancer that a woman has, and particularly when it's detected and things of that sort. So we definitely can.
So is the message today one that we've heard before, which is early diagnosis is the best way to get rid of it?
That is definitely true. Prevention is very important in early diagnosis for sure. I mean, we do see, unfortunately, less than half of women see their gynecologist on a yearly basis. So that is such an important thing that women of all ages really need to do to talk about cancer prevention. So I can't stress that enough. Also, if we can sort of educate listeners about the signs and symptoms of ovarian cancer, because too often I see that women have these symptoms for 6, 9, even 12 months before they're actually diagnosed. So it's things like bloating, abdominal or pelvic pain, feeling full too quickly or difficulty eating, or any issues with urination. But it's having these symptoms, several of them, on a repetitive basis. So if women do experience any of these new symptoms, please do be seen right away by your doctor and have a CAT scan.
Well, we hear about chemotherapy and radiation, but I've never heard about platinum sensitive or platinum resistant. What is that?
So women with ovarian cancer definitely need to be seen by a GYN oncologist. The best outcomes are to have surgery first, to remove all areas of disease, and then to go on to have chemotherapy. And these women all receive a platinum-based drug, whether it's carboplatin or cisplatin, and that's what the platinum sensitive and resistant means that you're talking about. Really, the best data is for women to have chemotherapy in the belly. Platinum sensitive has a much better outcome or prognosis. These women, those terms kind of come into play when we're talking about cancer that has come back or recurrent ovarian cancer. If it happens more than 6 months after their initial platinum chemotherapy, they're platinum sensitive, and platinum resistant means, unfortunately, they relapse within 6 months. So those are what those two definitions mean. Most women are platinum sensitive, but we do have a lot of very new and important treatment options for women. For example, Avastin is a drug that's been approved by the FDA with chemotherapy for women with recurrent ovarian cancer that's been shown to be very effective. It does have some unique side effects, so women should definitely speak to their oncologists about it. But, just backing up a minute in terms of prevention, we do see in literature that half of all cancers in the U.S. could be prevented if people had a healthy diet, exercised 150 minutes a week, stayed in an ideal body weight, didn't smoke, and really limited alcohol. So a huge amount of these cancers could really be prevented with these important lifestyle issues. So I definitely want to stress the importance of prevention.
How come we always limit alcohol, but we don't limit smoking? We just quit smoking.
Yeah.
I'm always, because I quit cigars, I'm thinking, wouldn't one every 4 months be okay?
If a women are, when they're treated for cancer and their ovaries are still intact, can they safely get pregnant, and will the child be okay?
Well, thankfully, most cancers happen in women who are older, who are after childbearing age. But there are more and more young women that are diagnosed with cancer all the time. We see that a lot of new studies about young women getting colon cancer and certainly breast cancer. There are a lot of reproductive techniques that are available now to, for example, suppress the ovaries during treatment, or to even harvest the eggs and freeze them so that they can be utilized at a later time. So a lot of it depends on the type of cancer that's diagnosed, the type of surgery or chemotherapy that's necessary. But there are, yes, a lot of really excellent techniques and technology available to help women preserve their fertility, even fertility-sparing surgeries. So, yes, the outlook is definitely much more positive now for young women that are diagnosed with cancer.
When the solution to the problem is surgery, I noticed on your credentials you are involved in robotic surgery. Is that right?
Yes, I am. I am.
So I know you know this stuff, and you're talking to people who know nothing about this stuff. So if you can dumb it down a little bit, what does that mean? And does that mean it's more precision, the actual cutting and all that?
Yes, robotic surgery is actually doing surgery through very small incisions. It's similar to laparoscopic surgery. Another term for it is minimally invasive. It just means doing surgery through very small incisions. Robotic surgery allows us to there's very fine sort of movements with the wrist and 3D visualization. So yes, we can do a lot of complex, precise surgery through the robot. I've been using this technology for about 10 years. Most GYN oncologists are. We really find that women have excellent cancer outcomes with very short recovery times. So it really reduces a lot of pain and postoperative complications. So it's a really excellent way for women to have surgery now for cancer and non-cancerous conditions.
Wow, it's fascinating, isn't it? Any listener who turned up their radio so they could listen carefully to this interview, I just want you to know that the nature of a radio interview is that we can only skim the surface, and in a topic such as this, we're not even skimming the skimming. So that's why I love when there's a website, because anybody who's really maybe they're going through it, maybe somebody they love is going through this, they want to know the answers. And unfortunately, even if I was a doctor myself, I don't think I'd have the time to ask all the important questions. So what would you suggest, Dr. Lewin? How would they get the answers to their questions? What's your best advice?
There are some excellent websites, one of which is the Foundation for Women's Cancer website, which is www.foundationforwomenscancer.org. Also, ovarian.org is the Ovarian Cancer Coalition, and our own website, the lewinfund.org. So many excellent resources for women and their families.
Okay. Well, what we have done is we've recorded this interview, and for the listeners, you can share the interview, but more importantly, share those websites that Dr. Lewin just gave us, and Robin will put them up on Facebook and share them on the YouTube video as well. So again, just ovarian.org and foundationforwomenscancer.org. Dr. Sharyn Lewin, thank you for what you are doing. I can't imagine what your day is like. Thank you for what you've chosen to do and for taking time out of your day to be with us today.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity to educate people.
Absolutely, and thank you for doing that. We will be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Thursday, sunshine mixing with clouds and quite warm. High 85 near the coast, 90 inland. Then partly cloudy Thursday night with a low of 62 to 67. Friday will be breezy with clouds and sun. Look for a shower and thunderstorm or two in the afternoon. The high 83 to 87. For Saturday, mostly sunny. High 82 at the coast, approaching 90 well inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Pay your taxes, eat your vegetables, watch your weight, mow the lawn, clean the house. We all have stuff we don't want to do. Isn't it about time you did something you wanted to do? Like getting your pilot's license?
At Ocala Aviation, they make it fun and easy, and you can start by taking one of their Discovery flights. For only $99, you get to go up in the airplane with an FAA-certified flight instructor and actually fly the plane yourself. It's a perfect way to see if flying is for you. And once you get that ultimate feeling of freedom, Ocala Aviation can train you to get your pilot's license. Ocala Aviation also offers commercial flight training for those looking to make a career change and enter the world of commercial aviation. Ocala Aviation is conveniently located at the Ocala International Airport. So if you're ready to start your adventure, stop by or give them a call today. 861-7484. That's 861-7484. You'll be glad you did. I know I am. Ocala Aviation.
Call today, 861-7484.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
Big band lovers, listen up. Monday, April 3rd at 7:30 p.m. at the Riley Arts Center in Ocala, you will be able to enjoy the best of the Stan Kenton Legacy Orchestra. Ticket prices range from $8 to $30, so come out and hear Stan's most well-known music alongside fresh new material written in the Kenton style. Again, that will be Monday, April 3rd at 7:30 p.m. What a way to start a new week. Here is your 30-second news brief from the source. A Marion County school employee has been fired for taking driver's education cars home, getting in a crash, and then blaming a student. SpaceX is hoping to make history this evening at Cape Canaveral by launching a rocket with a reused booster. The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon will be taping at Universal Orlando next week to celebrate the grand opening of their new ride. Tapings begin Monday with guests Vin Diesel and Shaquille O'Neal. And that is your news brief from the source.